Hello students, welcome to the My Dream, India's first ever e-learning education platform, where each and every topic is taught with what, why and how concept. So today we are going to study some of the important topics under the chapter Force and Laws of Motion. So let's begin with the first concept today, Newton's first law of motion. So what is Newton's first law of motion? It is defined in this way that an object remains in a state of rest or of uniform motion in a straight line. So two conditions are there for an object, as I've also mentioned earlier, that an object can have two states. The first, whether the object can be at rest, and the second object can be in a motion. Okay, so here it is mentioned that an object remains in a state of rest or of uniform motion in a straight line, okay, unless compelled to change that state by an external force or by an applied force which is external in nature. So an object will remain in whatever state they have, it will remain in that state only until some external force is provided to it to change its state. Okay. So this is what the Newton's first law is basically. Newton's first law of motion. What is that? That an object will remain in that state only, whether that state can be, it can be at rest or it can be uniform motion, unless an external force is provided to it to change its state, okay? Unless compelled to change that state by an external force, okay? Applied force, clear? Now, Newton's first law of motion is also known as law of inertia. Why? Why the Newton's first law of motion is also called as law of inertia? Let's understand. Because all objects resist a change in their state of motion. The objects, what do? They actually resist a change in their state. So, the tendency of undisturbed objects, whether they are at rest or moving with uniform velocity, is called inertia. So, basically, tendency of undisturbed objects, okay, whether they are at rest or moving with uniform velocity, is called basically inertia. So basically here we are defining the tendency of what? Undisturbed objects. Okay. Now moving to the next thing, that how mass and inertia, they are related to each other. So this is a very important thing which we all should know, that how as we have studied the concept of inertia, that the Newton's first law of motion is related to or is also called as law of inertia. So now we should know that how the mass and inertia are related to each other. That is, ultimately we should know the concept of inertia in a detailed way. Okay. So beginning with how mass and inertia are related. It is in this way that the heavier objects, they have higher inertia as compared to that of the lighter objects. So heavier objects means they will have high inertia, and lighter objects, they will have less inertia. Okay, so this is how the mass and inertia are related to each other. Fine. Now moving into inertia, more about concept of inertia. Inertia is actually bifurcated into inertia of rest and inertia of motion. Inertia of rest. Let's first understand inertia of rest. So it is the tendency of a body to remain in its position of rest. Okay, so because as it's been written over here, inertia of rest, so the tendency of a body to remain in its position of what? At which position? Position of rest, because we are discussing here the concept of inertia of rest. Okay, so the example related to it, while standing on a bus, we fall backward if the bus starts suddenly. So this the basic reason behind this example is what? Inertia of rest. Now you were standing on a bus, and why we fall backward? Because the bus has started suddenly. Earlier the bus was in rest position and we were standing inside the bus, but the bus started suddenly. So that's why what will happen? The people who are standing on a bus, they will fall backward. Or if you are standing on a bus, you will fall backward, because earlier the bus was at rest. Now it started suddenly, so it has affected on us. How? That while standing on a bus, we fall backward if the bus starts suddenly, because earlier the bus was at rest. Now it has started suddenly. So inertia of rest. Clear? Now coming to inertia of motion. Tendency of a body to remain in its state of uniform motion in a straight line. So this is what inertia of motion is, because here we are talking the concept of inertia of motion. So you have to give emphasis to the concept of, or you have to give the emphasis to the state. At the state of the object is what? It's at motion. So inertia of motion. Okay. So tendency of a body to remain in its state of uniform motion in a straight line. Example, when a running horse stops suddenly, the person sitting on it falls backwards. Okay, because a running horse, it stopped suddenly. So earlier the horse was in motion, now it stopped suddenly. Okay, so that's why the person sitting on it will fall backwards. Clear? Due to inertia of motion. Fine. Now we have discussed the two types of inertia. Now coming to the next concept called momentum. Now, because this momentum is very important for us to understand what momentum is basically, because this will actually, it has application, or we can say it has its utility when we will understand the concept of Newton's second law of motion. So there is a utility of this concept called momentum a lot. So we should know that what momentum is. So momentum is what? It is basically the product of mass and velocity. Okay. Now as it is the product of mass and velocity, now you tell me what will be the SI unit of momentum? Yes, it is kg meter per second, because we know that for mass it will be kg, for velocity it will be meter per second. So it is the product, so kg meter per second. This will be the SI unit of momentum. Okay, and momentum is also a vector quantity. Now why you know the answer to this question? Because it has both magnitude and direction. So that's why momentum is also a vector quantity. Fine. And this momentum concept is actually, has, we can say it has many applications while we will study in Newton's second law of motion. Okay. There, this concept we have to understand in a detailed way. So it's important for us to know that what exactly momentum is. So we have covered up what is Newton's first law of motion, why Newton's first law of motion is also known as law of inertia. What is inertia basically? How mass and inertia are related to each other. And then the types of inertia, and the final momentum. What exactly momentum is? So momentum is what? It is the product of mass and velocity. Clear? I hope you all have understood the concepts which we have discussed today. Thank you very much. Take care.